Clear skies, but pretty chilly. That's the situation in Green Bay, Coach. Actually had a dusting of an autumn snow last night, but that's gone, and we are set for football at Lambeau Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Green Bay Packers. Certainly the game of the weekend, maybe the game of the year, the battle of the unbeatens as we get underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On second down, it's Jones. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one, a first down pickup of 8. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw, escaping the pressure right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I don't care what game it is. Everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
21, check back 21. 22, check, Bama. 22, check, Bama. Go, 3 on 3. Motion, motion, motion. Orbit, orbit.
Jackson from the shotgun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
At their own 20-yard line.
Let's go now. 50 bucks if you're on. Shit, 50 bucks to buy. Hey, young D. It's just here.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Carolina. Andy Isabella, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Second and 5 now. Jackson finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. 7 yards there and a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. This one complete to Jordan Reed. 23 yards, the final tally. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. To throw again. Roberts has it. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's off.
On third down, Jackson. Flush to his right. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. It's in there. I'm here all day.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. It's caught. Shepard. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Check. Watch 54. Hey, keep it up. Hey.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Check. Whoa, he's crashing. He's checking cracks. Hey, watch that.
This time, Jackson will throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. Jackson throwing on 4th down. This is Shepard on the catch. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
He's coming. We got double up. Kill.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. He's at the 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Todd Gurley, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 19-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Jackson now gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. Call it a gain of 5, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
No, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
Taking it about the 16.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. 7 yards there and a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Jackson now, just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And Diggs has it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
Check. Watch the 54. Watch the 21-yard line. Mike 5-4.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10, eluding the pressure right. He's going to touchdown, Packers. Seth Roberts, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. Andy Isabella was the intended target. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Check 59.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Jackson on first down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Let's 57. 57's mine. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Begin. Go. Win the rep. That's it. Hey, check.
To throw again, Jackson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it'll bring up third down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. Here we go. Check 37. Check 37. Check. Crunch.
Again, Jackson. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Gonzalez's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Flushed out right. This one caught by Davis. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. First target, first catch, and a first down. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They run with Hines. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Cameron Hayward able to record his 5th sack of the season.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
They'll look to throw here. Being chased out left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Alex Anzalone, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Bullock's kick is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. And pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
No. Squeeze. Zoom. Tight go. Go get him.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And he's able to find Diggs. That one good for 24 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the shotgun to give to Jones. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. From the 45 on 2nd down, Jackson is going to fire one deep over the middle, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down, and they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Mike 5-4.
Jackson from the shotgun. It's complete to Diggs.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Escaping the pressure right. And an alley to run. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11.
Switch it. Come on, switch up, go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. 18 yards that time to push him up, first and goal. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. They go with Gurley on first down, but he goes nowhere. They bottle him up for a loss of a couple. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. Here we go on second and 12. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Andy Isabella, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Check 24, check 24. Alert flare.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
On first down, it's Gurley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, they run with Gurley. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. This is Jones. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And it's caught off the deflection. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Let's go, G. 57. Mike.
Throwing now is Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Chris Jones in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Complete to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get to field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll drop to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Gurley. And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 2 straight incompletions. Now the pressure's really on. Start overtime a 3 and out.
And I know that a few years ago when they changed the rules about overtime, it may have changed a little bit about how you go about things. But bottom line is, when you have the football, you never want to give it up. You want to make sure you get points on the board at a minimum and put pressure on the other team. This is a huge 3rd down call coming up.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now it's Gurley. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40, the 20. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Carolina, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our